What's up, guys? I thought I would make a quick video on what the hook grip is and how to use hook grip. So hook grip essentially, if you've ever seen guys that deadlift and they're deadlifting like 500, 600, 700, 800 pounds and they're doing a double overhand and they're not using a mixed grip or an alternating grip, they're effectively using the hook grip. And what it is, so my hand here is that you grip a double overhand and you grip it right here with your thumb, and your grip will be secure like that. And the thing that you want to do is that you don't want to get this part of your thumb right here, because if you get that, it'll be painful. You get like the fat part of your thumb, so like the meat of it right there, and you do it like that. Now, there's a lot of tips that I can give with hook grip. I'll try to give like a few quick tips. So why would you want to use it? Typically it's like, if you can pull it off, it's a more secure grip. So guys that have used it, like I've heard of different guys that deadlifted in like the 800s, and then their grip was failing, their mixed grip was failing, their alternating grip was failing, and then at that point they started to learn the hook grip and they tried it and they found that it was a lot more secure. You might find that it's more secure and it doesn't break. That's one reason to use it. Another reason to use it is if you're a sumo lifter, when you go to do alternating, you'll kind of find that when you come up, it kind of goes like this because you're gripping alternating from one side, versus if you do hook grip, you're both double overhand and you're symmetrical, and you can just kind of come up like this, like similar to when you're using straps. So if you're using sumo, it's a little decreased range of motion, and then it's also very easy on you. So it's easy to come up, it's decreased range of motion, and then you get to come up just straight as a double overhand, versus having like a windmill thing kind of happen where you kind of lean forward like that, because your mixed grip is kind of tilting one way when it goes heavier. So that's like another way to use it, another reason to use it. I think different things, it can be like a little less range of motion. If you're sumo, it can be pretty tight, and it can be stable and useful. Also, you can have no grip strength and use it. So hook grip is different from other grip strength. Mixed grip or double overhand grip, it's purely grip strength. How long can you hold it? How strong is your grip? But then hook grip is pain tolerance, and that's it. Yeah, and it's kind of desensitizing your thumbs, and it's pain tolerance. So if you can take the pain and you can feel it, then you're good. Other things, hook grip, if you have bigger hands and bigger thumbs, it's usually a little easier. If you're a person with smaller hands, you can still do it, but like you'll kind of almost be on your thumb, like it'll be trickier, and it might hurt a little bit. But I have some tips of how to make it like pain-free. So how you train it, like when you train hook grip, you never do it for reps. You usually do it for 1 or 2 singles, and you work up and you just do like a heavy single with it. So how I would use it is that if my working sets each week are like, let's say I have deadlift, and then the one week is 335 for 5, the next week is 355 for 5, next week is 375 for 5, the next week is 395 for 5. Each week with my top set, after I do my top set, maybe I'll do one single of 1 rep with hook grip, and I'll do maybe 1 or 2 reps like that, so after I hit my 335 for 5, then I'll do a set of hook grip like this, grip it, and do 335 for 1 hook grip. Next week when I do 355, I'll do 355 for 1 hook grip. And you'll find that if you ease into it like that and you do a little bit each week and you kind of progressive overload, but then you'll get used to it and you'll be able to do really heavy weight with it. That's kind of been my experience, is that if you work up over time and you progressive overload, then you'll be able to do it. And again, I should mention that you're not building muscle, you're not even building strength or anything with your bones or anything. When you're doing the hook grip, you're just building the tolerance of it not hurting, and that's kind of it, is that you can kind of pinch it and it's just wedged against your thumb like that, and the bar is just kind of held and it's tight. So that's that. I think it's more secure, there's less range of motion a lot of the time, and it's a lot easier, but you have to train it in a progression like that over weeks. You can't really do reps with it because the thumb and the flesh will literally rip off a lot of the time if you try to do that. But you just work up over weeks, and if you can do this, it can be strong and stable. I don't think there's really any downsides. Maybe one of the only downsides I've found is that sometimes if you use mixed grip, you can kind of use more power to drive the bar up, and with your grip strength you can have power. And then hook grip, like, it's like you hold it secure and then you come up, but you can't like yank the bar like you would like with a mixed grip. You can't just like grip and rip. You can't really do that with hook grip. You can't grip and rip in the same way where you just like that and come up. Hook grip, it has to, you secure it, it's like stable, and then you come up, you know. So that's kind of a thing, because if you go to yank it too much, then you'll rip the skin, or the thumb will just open up, possibly, you know. But I think it's really secure, and there's like a lot of benefits and a lot of advantages. My two biggest tips are, one, to not use this part, use this part of your thumb. So it's from grabbing the bar's here, grab it like this part of my thumb, and it shouldn't hurt, the fat meaty part of my thumb. And then second is that as I progress with the weeks, each week I'm doing a set of 5 or a set of 10 or a set of 8 or whatever, or a couple sets. But I work up in singles at the same time with hook grip, and I do, with my top set, I do just 1 or 2 singles of hook grip. So like if I'm doing 405 for 5, then I'll do 405 for 1 hook grip, and then the next week I'll do 425 for 1 hook grip, and I work up over time like that, and that way it's very easy. But if I just don't train it, then it's really hard. You know, you can't just walk in and do 405 hook grip. You won't have the pain tolerance, you won't have the technique, and you kind of won't know how to do it. But if you start lighter over the weeks and you work up like that, it's actually very easy and very simple, and you get better over time, and you might like it. Just the final thing is, do I use it right now? I do, but I've found that in mixed grip I can maybe, like I said, like I can drive a little more power. So sometimes I tend to use mixed grip, but I can do almost the same weight with hook grip. I pulled like 455 with hook grip, and then mixed grip I pulled the 500. I'd seen in my own experience that I had training cycles where I went to do hook grip, and then I had trained it for the 12 weeks, and I didn't train mixed grip at all, and I just trained hook grip and straps, and then I was still able to do the same weight or more with mixed grip, which I naturally have good grip strength. So so that was, and then like in the meet, like my second or third attempt, I ended up just pulling it mixed grip. So that was my experience, but still, hook grip got strong, and yeah, it was secure and stable, and it never really failed me, and some people swear by it. So you can try it out. There are lifters that lift 900 pound plus conventional, 900 pound plus sumo, and they do it with hook grip, so it for sure works. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I won't make the video too long. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below, or you can just message me, and try it out. Those were my two biggest tips. I think hook grip can be really useful, and it can be an asset to your deadlift in a lot of different ways.